talk about sinusitis. Sinusitis is a disease where you have a combination of inflammation and also allergic. Okay, if you are exposed to certain chemicals, it triggers your body, it triggers your immune system to produce allergic reaction like sneezing and also inflammation. So this sinusitis sometimes can happen in people for years. Some people got sinusitis for many years and they have tried so many things but it doesn't cure. It cannot get rid of it. So this is something very difficult to get rid of. So people use steroids to get rid of the inflammation, and these steroids end up in a lot of other side effects besides the sinusitis. So these are all complications that exist right now. Okay, I'm going to introduce a new concept, a new approach of treatment for sinusitis, that is by using black seed or Nigella sativa in the form of Nisstex. I mention Nisstex because Nisstex is the only formulation that is perfect to provide you with a complete combination of all the chemicals that are found in the black seed. Okay, what Nisstex does? First thing, Nisstex will address the allergic problem. So that is the most important part, and that is the triggering factor for sinusitis. So what it does is it blocks a lot of allergic effect in terms of controlling the cytokine system, which is involved in the triggering of the allergic reaction. So with this, you have less allergic reaction to certain chemicals that can make you allergic. Okay, then usually in sinusitis, after you get the allergic, after you get the sneezing and all that, you get the inflammation. That inflammation makes you difficult to breathe and makes your nose, your sinus, your area around the nose very blocked and painful and reddish. These are all inflammatory problems. And the best part is, I mentioned that the component of Nigella sativa contains thymoquinone, which is an anti-inflammatory agent. So if you have a control on the allergic, it reduces allergy, you can have a control on inflammation. That means you have 2-in-1. And this 2-in-1 works wonders on sinusitis. People with sinusitis can try this and you will get less effect of the sinusitis on your allergy part and also on your inflammation part. That means literally you have full control of the sinusitis. Okay, so this is what we can get from a dose of Nisstex or Nigella sativa product that I formulated. Okay, so taking Nisstex will prevent you from getting sinusitis and also will become a prophylactic effect. Prophylactic means prevention. What I am trying to say is that if you take Nisstex daily, every day, 1 tablet a day, you may not get any more sinusitis for your life, because this acts as a prophylactic or prevention. So it prevents the allergic reaction from triggering the sinusitis. It prevents the inflammatory problem from being triggered by the situation. So you block the inflammation, you block the allergy, you are left with nothing to experience the effect of allergic or sinusitis. Okay, so you don't get anything if you have exposure to the compounds or chemical that usually trigger your sinusitis. So that is a good thing about Nisstex with respect to sinusitis. So if you have sinusitis, if you have a problem with your sinus, you have sneezing and all that, please take 1 or 2 tablets of Nisstex a day, which most likely will bring you a cure. Okay, so this is what you can try. I'm going to talk about autism. Now, in this world that we are living, we are exposed to a lot of toxic chemicals. Everything that we take, we cannot run away or we cannot avoid taking toxic chemicals. It is there all the time. And these chemicals, when it goes or enters into our body, it will reside on the liver it can damage the liver, and when there are a lot more, it can also go into the blood, and the blood will carry it to the brain. Some of these chemicals, they are permeable to the blood-brain barrier, and they go to the brain and reside in the brain, and in the brain they can do a lot of things. They can trigger the release of beta amyloid peptide and accumulate there, which can cause a lot of disturbance to the brain. These are the ones that cause people to get dementia, people can get Parkinson, and also people can get other neuronal problems. These neuronal problems are not happening in 1 day or 2 days. It takes years and years to develop, so it takes a long time, so slowly it develops, and that's why you can see neuronal damage happening. But at times it also happens in children. See, exposure to these chemicals in the mother can make the children becomes autistic. So autism can be caused by these chemicals damaging the brain. So accumulation of beta amyloid peptide, and also exhaustion of acetylcholinesterase in the brain, and sometimes there are leakage in the myelin sheath, the sheath that insulate the nerve. So when there is a leak, there is a very, very mild release of ions, which cause very, very, very minute seizure or uncontrolled response. These are very, very minute, and these are the ones that cause autism and cognitive functions irregularities and all that. And there are also at times inflammation of the nerve. So all this put together, the inflammation and the leakage and the accumulation of beta amyloid peptide, fortunately research has shown that thymoquinone and some other compounds from Nigella sativa or the black seed can repair it. These are all published papers that have shown that these compounds can repair the damage done by these chemicals into the brain. They can remove beta amyloid peptide, they can seal the leakage, and they can also replace the acetylcholinesterase. They can also reduce inflammation. Thymoquinone definitely is very good for anti-inflammatory. So all this put together from one black seed cures almost so many functions that is irregular or that is detrimental to the body. So when we talk about dementia, Parkinson, Alzheimer, and also autism, ADHD, and all this, they are all related to this. So taking black seed or Nigella sativa, or better still Nisstex. Nisstex is the icon for Nigella sativa to me, because it contains the complete formulation. So taking Nisstex will make you be repaired or rectified from the damage done by the toxin and the chemical that you have taken for so long. And I like to add also that the thymoquinone also detoxifies the liver. So it prevents the accumulation of these chemicals, and also it repairs the one in the brain. So it does wonders. Actually, this is like all in one. It's difficult to get some chemicals that can do all this from one black seed. This is amazing. So that's why I would recommend that people with all this for cure and also for prophylactic or prevention. So please take Nisstex. I would recommend that every child in this world take 1 tablet of Nisstex to protect them, to protect the liver, to protect the brain. This is very important, because you cannot avoid food that is toxic. You can't starve yourself by not taking anything. But you can prevent the toxic chemicals by taking this detox material and also chemicals that can repair the damage in the brain that caused by the toxins. So this is something very wonderful, something which is very unique, and this is a nature's gift to the world. You try this and you will be happy all the time. You get a lot of other benefits as well. So please, Nisstex is the answer to, is a natural way to solutions that affects us in these days. See, we cannot run away from toxic chemicals and toxic food. So please take Nisstex, 1 or 2 tablets a day. Thank you very much.